Middlemen. Middlemen.
Question cut deep, truth collide, and judgment find its voice. Our jurors are here to sift through the noise to find meaning, through bias to find balance, and through chaos to find clarity. Juror Emeka Madunagu's case, titled Entrepreneurs Without Wisdom, reveals how startup without proper planning and wisdom can be dangerous. Juror Henry Igwebuike's case, titled Nepotism They Kill NTA Period, shows how NTA, which is supposed to be a national mirror, only reflects nothing but favoritism, patronage, and lost glory. Juror Olajumoke Alawode-James exposes a culture of negligence, excuses, and corruption that makes Nigerians excel at failure. In a case titled Nigeria Succeeds at Failing. And I, Juror Evans Ufeli, will present a case titled The Parable of the Eight Monkeys. My case laments how well the parable of the monkeys mirrors Nigeria, where instead of questioning why things are broken, we attack those who try to fix them. These conversations and more will come right after this quick break. Take your seat, jurors. Let's shake the table.
Middlemen. Middlemen.
You are welcome back. My case, the parable of the eight monkeys. Put eight monkeys in a room. In the middle of the room is a ladder leading to a bunch of bananas hanging from a hook on the ceiling. Each time a monkey tries to climb the ladder, all the monkeys are sprayed with ice water, which makes them miserable. Soon enough, whenever a monkey attempts to climb the ladder, all other monkeys, not wanting to be sprayed on, set upon him and beat him up. Soon, none of the eight monkeys ever attempt to climb the ladder. One of the original monkeys is then removed, and a new monkey is put in the room. Seeing the banana and the ladder, he wonders why none of the other monkeys are doing the obvious. But undoubted, he immediately begins to climb the ladder. All the other monkey falls upon him and beat him silly, and he has no idea why. However, he no longer attempts to climb the ladder. A second original monkey is removed and replaced. The newcomer again attempts to climb the ladder, but all the other monkeys hammer the crap out of him. This includes the previous new monkey, who, grateful that he is not on the receiving end this time, participates in the beating because all other monkeys are doing it. However, he has no idea why he's attacking the new monkey. One by one, all the original monkeys are replaced. 8 new monkeys are now in the room. None of them have ever been sprayed by ice water. None of them attempt to climb the ladder. All of them will enthusiastically beat up any new monkey who tries without having any idea why. My verdict: the parable of the 8 monkeys offer a stark metaphorical lens through which to view the Nigerian economy and its impact on citizens. It captures how entrenched practice is often inherited, unquestioned, and propagated by social pressure can constrain dynamism, discourage innovation, and erode trust in governance and markets. So as Nigerians, as individuals or group, when you find a cause to pursue, to change the deplorable state of our nation via advocacy, protests, or calling out government, the rest of society yell at you to keep short and endure the pain. It is either a state apparatus is deployed against you, like the 8 monkeys, to stop, or family and friends rebuke you. When Kansarua and 8 others confronted the government on environmental degradation in Ogoni land, the state slayed them all. The list is endless, and so are the influences. Too many struggles are quenched before they even begin. The Light Up Ndokwa struggle is opposed. IPOB is proscribed. Protest is banned across the country, yet perseverance remains essential. Voices must rise, even when silent, to demand accountability, justice, and a livable future. I shall go to Rabbi again.
This is a beautiful piece, Juror from Rabbi.
Thank you.
And I want to speak about the economy and how once it is our brother who is in power, regardless of our sufferings, we do not link our poverty directly to government policies. But once it is not our brother, because like you know, Nigeria is a country of over 400 nationalities, right? Once it's not our brother, again, even though we do not directly link government policies to our suffering, everything that is doing is wrong. So this week, RMAFC, Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Policy, God bless you, sir. We're talking about increasing allocations to states and local governments. We all know that local governments now have autonomy. Their monies are supposed to come directly from federal government to them, right? Yeah. They are increasing allocation because, I mean, we've removed all the subsidies that we used to spend our earnings, our revenue on. Secondly, we're talking about also increasing the salaries of leaders, presidents, ministers.
Public officers.
Yeah? National Assembly.
Not civil servants, public officers.
So the people who are really doing the work, who are putting in 35 years of service, they remain at the poverty level, who have increased. So you remember that this week, BBC was saying that the 70,000 minimum wage can no longer feed anybody.
But it has divided in some states.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
You remember that if not because of riot, even the youth corps members would not have been getting their own 70,000. They were still getting 30,000, even though the money had been increased since Democracy Day last year. So the people who are doing the work, right? Economic hardship will not allow us think. But once it's our brother in power, we will defend him. The politicians who come 4 years or 8 years maximum, right? Or an appointee can even be there for 6 months and get sacked and be replaced. They get huge sums as remuneration, allowances, bonuses, ESTA codes, and all sorts of funny things. And we, the victims, defend them. It's truly 8 monkeys that have never been wet in our lives. We will keep on beating the other victims like us, not knowing why we do it. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. This takes my mind very synonymous to what he stated about the 8 monkeys. It equally reminds me of what we call in psychology crab bucketing, and that is where if you have one crab in the bucket, it's easy for the crab to get off the bucket. But when you have so many of them there, they use their claws to hold on to themselves. For as long as you have them there, they keep holding on to themselves, even when the bucket is clearly open. For them to go out, they would never go out. They keep holding on to themselves, and that's very similar to the
8 monkeys.
The 8 monkeys too. You see, we are living in a very debased society, so debased politically, that those who serve us clearly understand all of these things, but have a way of finding a way also of introducing more crabs, right, to hold us together while they do what they do. The last time I checked, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is worth $8.4 billion.
Jesus Christ. How much is that in Naira? Trillions.
Trillions. Donald Trump is just 3.5. So our president is worth more
Donald
than
Trump, who's a businessman.
A businessman with estates all over the place, golf courses all over the place, is worth 3.5
With
billion.
businesses all over the place.
We can't even tell what our president does.
Well, he has businesses
What
too.
these businesses actually? What are the fraction of those
newspaper, TV
apart
station.
from, you know, so this is the situation we found ourselves. Unfortunately, these people have a way of masquerading crabs, right, to hold on to the main crab from not getting off the bucket. And that is the problem. So I do not know how, as a people, we can identify the true crabs from the not so true ones, so we can have a way of distilling it. I do not know if there's a solution to this.
That is why each time one of us asks, why are we suffering?
We are the reason why we are suffering.
Hold on. Instead of us to address the question why we are suffering, everybody will pounce on her. Yes. Look at the right issue.
He's my brother. Why are you questioning him? Why?
Okay, sir. Look what he's smelling. This man is a terrible president. You understand? Do you know what happened? A lot of people came and
said that, oh, she's Igbo.
That she's
Igbo from Cross River.
So at the end of the day,
ignorance.
At the end of the day, even all of us who have not been sprayed by our ice water, a type of the 8 monkeys.
We are beating ourselves.
No, we are already confined and conformed to hardship.
Yeah.
Pastor Sam Adeyemi said that we have a craving we have a culture for the taste of poverty. That our craving for the taste of poverty is very high. That a person that will redeem this country will have to come from a place that I've not witnessed. The person has to come from a place where he can stand and say, I cannot take this, that there will be no light and I will be okay. There will be no water and I'll be okay. You now reference Moses, how that Moses had to lead the children of Israel. But God ensured that Moses never grew up in that wilderness.
Yeah.
He grew up in Pharaoh's palace.
If not, when they were telling him they were going back, he would have led them back.
Yes, he would have told them that.
Let us go.
That's a Galilee for you guys. Is it not better than this place where? So, at the end of the day, those who have been acculturated.
Yeah, very true.
Those who are already in the net.
Acclimatized.
It is very tough. It is very tough to use those same soldiers to find redemption.
Very true.
It is very, very tough. Because someone was saying that someone was casting aspersion on children who are born illegitimate, or who are born, who supposedly not born out of wedlock. You understand? And when he left off that, he started talking about Jesus himself. Okay, someone now came there to the comment section and said, "Don't you know that Jesus himself was born out of wedlock? There was adoption that Joseph did. Joseph adopted him.
Yeah.
It was not from the true cause of. So when the guy just made the statement, it was like everyone kept quiet.
It's true.
And everyone started thinking.
It's true.
So like this is an epiphany.
Yeah.
So before we'll be able to break out from this thing we're into, it's going to take a long time.
If we ever get out.
It's going to take a long time.
For 111 now.
Is it not for me? The one point I want to drop is, why don't we just break this country?
Look.
We are different ethnic nationalities. I'm not saying dissolve Nigeria. I'm not saying dissolve Nigeria. A loose federation.
True federalism.
A loose federation. Everybody is going to compete. You see, the
Israel.
We were there before now.
Thank you.
In 1963.
We were there. I did a research.
The people who wanted to preside over a bigger Nigeria were the ones who made us a republic. Sorry for interruption.
Some days ago, I just went on a research, and I found out that before independence, the regions had scholarship boards through which they were sending people abroad. Now, Britain now classified degrees from American universities as inferior before independence. And the colonial masters were telling, the colonial officers were telling Nigerians, don't go to American universities. Yeah. It wasn't Nnamdi Azikiwe who actually insisted, no, come, they are more liberal than the, you know, because he schooled in America. Yeah. So it was one who was saying, you know, come, they are more liberal. So you can see that we had everything that we needed to have, you know, excelled and progressed. Without all of this, out of the western region, you had the Midwest. If from the east, you had the southern minorities, which was even settled as at 1959, the Willings Commission. Yes. Then from the north, if we had those pockets here and there, by now,
the north were not ready.
Like, no, but if you remember the TV, there was this uprising in TV land. You know, they never wanted the Sadana of Sokoto.
That's in the North Central.
Yes, they never wanted the Sadana of Sokoto. So at the end of the day, that's the president of the of Northern. So at the end of the day, if we had continued on that course, if the January 15, 1960 school had not occurred, some people are saying maybe it would have been better. But in the north, there were reports that some minorities were rejoicing in the north when the coup took place.
Yeah.
That they felt, you know, that they were suppressed.
Yeah.
Then in the east, too, the minorities too were happy that, you know, they were out of, you know, domination, the eastern domination and all of that. So when you put all of these things together, I think it is better. Because Tinubu has shown clearly that he is more interested in regionalism than federalism. So let us not have any issues. Those who are saying these ones leave Lagos, go away, it's just, to me, as far as I'm concerned, they're even wasting time. Because at the end of the day, when you break certain things down, you that you're asking people to leave Lagos, Tinubu and his group will even make you out of Lagos, take you out of the same Lagos.
Very well. So we'll go on a quick break now and return with Juror Olajumoke's case titled Nigeria Succeeds at Failing. Do stay with us. Middlemen. 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 Middlemen.
The punching of jurors. In the hallowed halls of justice, where echoes of truth intertwine with whispers of despair, there stands Olajumoke Alawode-James, a radiant figure sculpted by the universe, with a beauty akin to a stallion galloping through fields of reckoning. Clad in the armor of eloquence, her voice pierces the thick veil of complacency, unraveling cases that cradle the very essence of Nigeria's collective agony. She stands a sentinel over a nation laid bare, beckoning it to rise from the ashes of its own dissolution, crying out for a redemption that dances just beyond reach. Next emerges Evans Ufeli, a sage, with a heart that beats in harmony with the rhythm of justice, an advocate driven by...
Thanks for staying tuned. My case, Nigeria succeeds at failing. When Nigerians anywhere in the world put their minds to anything, we succeed. But once government gets involved, Nigeria succeeds at failing. Nigerians attending the 9th Tokyo International Conference on Africa Development, TICAD 9 in Yokohama, have voiced deep frustrations over the absence of government officials at Nigeria's booth on the first day of the conference. The 3-day summit, running from Wednesday, August 20 to Friday, August 22, 2025, brings together key stakeholders from across Africa and Japan to discuss development partnerships, innovation, and trade. However, the Nigerian booth was notably empty, leaving a Nigerian attendee, Ayodele Idris, to step in as consul for the day. While sad that he had to be answering questions he was not prepared for, he expressed excitement on X about using residual knowledge from investments to answer attendees' questions on topics ranging from solid minerals, land mining, housing, manufacturing to automobiles. It seems like this exposure embarrassed the Nigerian government, and a charge d'affaires was sent to the conference at 6:32 p.m. They claimed the booth was not abandoned, but that the Nigerian exhibition had not been opened. Every other country opened their booth on Wednesday. Nigeria was waiting till Friday to open theirs. Aren't the first and last days of any event the most important days? Idris said he had been criticized for exposing the embarrassing situation. Cheta Nwanze, a public analyst, while thanking him, like many other Nigerians did, for stepping in to cover our shame, said there would be no change, however. Cheta shared how he had attended 2 different international conferences that Nigeria participated in, and most times he only saw the government delegates at the airports. They would disappear into the host countries on shopping sprees, only to reappear on their return trip to the country. Esther codes down the drain. There's a Ministry of Foreign Affairs with a substantive minister and Minister of State. There's a Diaspora Commission. There's a Nigerian embassy in Japan. If there's no politically appointed ambassador, which itself is another failure, there are embassy staff. If they're so short-staffed to man the Nigerian booth, why show interest in this conference in the first place and embarrass the country? Here's my verdict. You see the government officials and political leaders we complain about every day. They come from amongst us. A lot of us are corrupt. We have normalized being lax at our duties and giving excuses for bad behavior. And as always, there was tribal bigotry also attached to this case. Someone said if it was an Ebuka that exposed the embarrassing situation rather than an Ayodeji, they would leave the real issue to accuse his tribe of always demarketing Nigeria. It's true that some APC minions do that when faced with an embarrassing situation they cannot defend. When are we ever going to agree to be one Nigeria, united by one vision? More than anything else, I think Nigeria needs a referendum. More than 400 nations in one can never work together except we agree. Until we do agree, we will continue to complain about everything concerning government, while we, the people, continue to do things that makes the country succeed at failing daily.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing.
Who's the Minister for Foreign Affairs?
I do not know.
Tuga.
But the Minister of State is Bianca Ono.
The National Assembly.
Now Bianca
the National Assembly has to summon him. That's the truth, because this event was not. I mean, the notice for this event had been before
something that has been happening every year.
The number one saying
this is the 9th one.
The 9th one.
No, it's the 9th one, but you know, the publicity and all that used to even happen a year before. I checked your case.
Yes.
I researched on it. It happens a year before.
Yes.
Now, by the end of this year, they will
start publicizing the next one.
Year. So, with all this time lag, I mean, kudos to the young man who entered the booth. I saw him making attempts to
answer questions.
He was smiling, like trying to and all that. That's the Nigerian spirit, by the way. But must we always initiate for events like this and go there and so on?
But look at what Chetan Nwanze said now.
Yes,
when I saw that you quoted Chetan Nwanze, I took the case very seriously because I know who he is.
Yes.
You know, and I think maybe it will be necessary if we can make an advocacy to the organizers of TICAD to expand it and include private sector people. So maybe some other young Nigerians
can go there and go and expose.
Yeah, because you know why Nigeria decided to go today.
It's exclusive to government.
It's not?
No, I don't think.
But the booths, because so that what I'm talking about is that the organization will be different. Instead of going to having a booth for just the countries, it will be a mixture. Yeah, the official booth can be empty, but attached to it, you may have some private, desks and all that where people can, of course.
But going by what he's saying, private businesses could also have gone into that booth if they were invited by the Nigerian embassy.
No, but the thing is this. For me, I believe that, like what I read, that Nigeria decided to come today because there's an event involving Nigeria. That's why they said they will inaugurate it today. And that tells you why we are the way we are in this country. Look, this is just one. There are different places where Nigeria does not show up. And you know what? If you don't show up, nobody will take you seriously. The Japanese, if you have a meeting with them and you are late by 1 minute, they'll walk away.
My goodness.
So that tells you that
imagine a Japan.
We should just have. We are not yet ripe for independence. We are still.
And we're talking about automobile here, and the automobile giant is organizing an event. We are not there.
Hey, whoa!
That is Swaziland, small country, was there. Small, tiny country. That their GDP,
the likes of Solomon Island.
Somebody said their GDP.
That there are less than 34 people there.
Somebody said the GDP of Eswatini is no more than that of Yaba.
I saw that.
And they were like, before you know how this country will take over.
They are taking over now.
Over.
Didn't Coca-Cola move one of their major plants from Nigeria to Swaziland?
Okay.
You can imagine.
Many years ago.
Juror Evans has mentioned something that is very important. 2.3 million naira Toyota Camry 3 years ago is now looking like 12 to 14 million in 2025, right? And that's Tokumbo used by other countries. We are now doing exhibition in Japan. 3 days. You say, no, we're not coming on the first day.
So there for technical. Bayo Onanuga was saying they were there for technical engagement.
Wait, what's the meaning of that?
Talking about.
What's the meaning of that?
Maybe the next year's edition, Middlemen will apply. We will apply. What's it? As long
and go and do exhibition of ourselves.
We can represent our country.
Why not?
Well researched.
Ayodeji Idris represented Nigeria very
well. I can talk about solid minerals.
Yes.
Extensively with the laws. I can talk about the effect. And the Japanese, they are very good in what do you call it, mining.
But which language were they speaking now?
It's English.
English. No, they speak English.
They will have interpreters now. They speak
international gathering now.
I think
what
I will say to Nigerians is this: take your destiny in your hands. Look for international conferences.
What's his name again? Where is he from? What does he do? And nobody's going to
he's threatening America that they will start asking for the social media profiles. For 5 years. And I say you want to knock heads with Donald Trump.
Reciprocity.
I wish them well.
Reciprocity.
I wish they want to knock heads with Donald Trump. I wish them all the best.
So I would love to say that this is actually not peculiar to us. As we banter about our absence in the booth, in Ghana, I was watching Good Evening in Ghana yesterday. They were actually complaining not because of their lack of presence, but because the parliamentarians denied the president a private jet. He actually took Emirates from Ghana to Dubai. Then from Dubai, he waited for 20 hours.
They didn't clear him.
No, there was no private jet for the president of Ghana. Muhammad does not have a jet.
They are saving money now.
Exactly. Okay. So that was what they were bantering about. In Nigeria, we were bantering about our absence in the booth. For them, they were bantering why should their president be allowed to go through a public plane.
That's a developing country. We are definitely underdeveloped.
So you can see the contradiction.
We are undeveloped.
And we ask ourselves, which of the two countries?
We are better than Ghana.
You are better than Ghana.
No, but in terms of policy formulation,
you are better than Ghana.
Yes,
you are better than Ghana. That Nigerian companies are going to cite their manufacturing
for many years.
In Ghana.
Hold on.
And they will not be importing our own manufactured products from Ghana.
You see this comparison?
Our yam, British yam, African yam is that Ghana is exporting. It's from Nigerian seedlings.
You see this in a comparison with Nigeria and Ghana. I keep telling you people, you cannot compare Nigeria and Ghana.
Our younger brothers
have been there. They don't have an economy. They have light. That's right.
Now if they give their light,
there is no economy. You understand me? So I don't buy this.
No, you see, so the comparison is an insult on us. Giants of Africa has now only become giants in paper because all of our younger brothers, the ones that we fought for, Nigeria led ECOMOG. Even South Africa is our younger brother.
Egypt.
Yeah, we can that they have functioning.
Egypt, we can't even compare Nigeria to Egypt. Egypt left us. Look, my master's in international law and diplomacy project was called Nigeria's quest for a permanent seat in the United Nations. And that project was in which year? 2000 and what? If I can't remember, 2007. Yeah, in that year, UN was looking at South Africa, looking at Egypt, Nigeria. We were far from it.
If we weren't even
considered in 2007,
if we weren't even considered as BRICS nation, as the 5 members of the BRICS,
what did Tinubu go and do? What did Tinubu go and do?
No, we were not considered yet.
What did he go and do at BRICS? Was he not picture?
We have been disgracing ourselves for a long time.
It's a national disgrace.
Yes, national disgrace. I know that. And what I think since the nation is not ready to move the country forward, let individuals move it forward. I agree. After all, in the entertainment industry, in the Nollywood and all that, individuals are moving in corporates
without government. I absolutely agree.
Next year we'll be at the
I just read something today. The richest robotics engineer in the world is in Nigeria.
Oh, the best doctors in the world are Nigerian doctors. Nigerians are, you know,
America and see
my first paragraph.
Man, all the hospitals in
jurors. Remember, my first paragraph is that Nigerians everywhere in the world will succeed until government puts leg.
Why are we suffering here?
Oh God!
Well,
we will go on a quick break. When we return, Juror Henry Igwebuike will present his case titled "Na Nepotism They Kill NTA." Period. Please stay tuned. There's more to uncover.
Middlemen. 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 Middlemen.
Fervent dream of egalitarian dawn. Each week, he unfolds a scroll of cases bestowed upon him by the wise rabbi. A craft woven with threads of profound thought and searing urgency. His lamentation for the plight of the people rises like a haunting melody, reverberating.
Thank you for staying tuned. Let's go into the conversation and my case. Na nepotism they kill NTA. Period. On August 20, 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed Rotimi Pedro, his longtime associate and Lagos kinsman, as Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA). The appointment, though framed as an effort to strengthen national unity and soft diplomacy, has sparked widespread criticism for continuing the trend of nepotism that marred the Buhari administration. Rotimi Pedro's qualifications in media and broadcasting aren't the issue. He has over 2 decades of industry experience. The problem is the increasingly obvious pattern of appointments skewed towards Tinubu's inner circle, often dubbed the Lagos Boys. It raises a critical question. Is meritocracy now merely a decorative term used to mask nepotistic practices? During the golden era of the NTA in the 70s and the 80s, leadership was chosen based on professionalism and vision, not tribal ties. That's why we had shows like The New Masquerade, Tales by Moonlight, Behind the Clouds, and Things Fall Apart. Today, NTA lags embarrassingly behind the global counterparts like the BBC and Al Jazeera. My verdict: until Nigeria puts a national interest over personal loyalty, institutions like NTA would remain shadows of their former selves. Nepotism has no place in public service. Merit that must lead the way.
3 things quickly in this your case. One is that the APC as a political party, no ideology at all. The nepotism that we as Yorubas complained about during the Buhari government, where he was appointing only his Fulani brothers into every institution, is what Tinubu, our Yoruba brother, is now doing, appointing only his own, and they are also now complaining, and then the Yorubas are now saying, hey, but your own brother did it for 8 years. So if it is like that everybody that comes only sees his own tribe, let's just do this referendum that I'm talking about. Go out and separate it. Since I can only know the people that are close to me, I cannot see the ones that are far away, and Nigeria is a big country. Let's just go in our own regions and through federalism where everybody just stays in their own state. Appoint all your brothers in your state to man, you know, the good appointments, and nobody is crying. We just pay taxes to the federal government.
It appears to me like, okay, you are...
Then secondly, because I was quickly going to mention 3 things. Secondly, this is a Nigerian culture thing. It's not about merit, you know, meritocracy. It's about my brother who I know. And then every one of us are guilty of it. We are waiting to get into positions where we can only appoint the people that we know, regardless of if they're round pegs that we're trying to fix into square holes. You know, that's very unfortunate, and we're all guilty. We have to start thinking nationally, national reorientation if we want to move together as a country. If not, let's just separate and go our separate ways. The third one is that, like I've always said, I have not expected anything from this federal government from the very beginning till now. Our embassies all over the world, over 200 countries, do not have representation. Our president, one is old. They say, I know it's his brain that they need. Look, he's taking his time, 2 years in, just gradual. And every time he replaces somebody from one institution, he only finds his own. The Lagos boys is unfortunate. I think that no nation can ever develop like that.
You cannot develop like that. I think this idea that there is strength in diversity is an expired thought in the Nigerian hemisphere. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because we've always been drumming that from independence, that no, there is strength in diversity. Our culture is rich. That diversity presents us unique to the world. That no place in the world do you have this kind of diversity. That when you move from one village to another, different culture, before you drive 1 hour, you have embraced 10, 15 cultures at the same time.
Yeah. Very true.
I mean, the Britons, the colonial masters, they were all like, we are in the southwest. We are seeing a semblance of democracy as far back as 1412 something.
Yes.
And then we move from there. We are in the north and we are seeing unitary system of government.
Yes.
In the same country.
Yes.
We go to the east, we are seeing an acephalous republican system. Where everyone is autonomous, and where you have circles and circles and circles. So you find different kind of system of governance, different culture, different food, different. It was a unique place.
Yes.
I mean, they were so proud to be the colonial. That was why at the early stage they didn't want us to face America. They didn't want us to have
they wanted to.
Yeah, they wanted to maintain the colony and then do exactly what distribute whatever it is they want to do within that confines of imperialism and hold us sway even after they left. You understand? But that thing that's supposed to be strength, that thing that's supposed to give us all the powers.
We have allowed the politicians to use it to divide us.
Our politicians have to even. We can't even.
Now we allow them more.
And you see, and when this social media were introduced, this X, Facebook, and all that, it amplified it.
Yeah.
Because
it has always been there.
Yeah, it has always been there, but we don't really congregate like that.
Exactly.
It's like this face me and face you thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, all of us are in that house.
Very true.
One house. So it's easy to just
it's a clubhouse.
Yeah, just say you understand? Then I will say unfemano. The other one will call, and these expressions keep dividing us. Keep the politicians now cash on it.
Very true.
Use it to promote themselves.
But my question is, because it was just there on social media and we had already integrated before social media came, we had intermarried, we are the people that were calling Ofe Mars, we are already eating their food. We are eating Ofe Nweri, we are eating Ofe Sala. We have already entered one another.
Yes.
So we used to say this thing is only online. That real life is totally different. But the way we are now purposely allowing them, because if we are not allowing them, how many are the politicians themselves? They are less than 200,000.
But in Enugu State, Yorubas occupy a lot of very important
houses too.
In Abia State, the head of service is from Edo State. It's an Ishaman. In Anambra State, the permanent secretary in the office of the head of service is a guy from Osun State who did his youth service. And he's been primed to become the next head of service. So a lot of other areas have moved ahead of this. This
That applies to Lagos too. Lagos too.
At the time.
No, till now.
No, I'm talking about even in government.
In the state.
When Sanwo-Olu was coming in, I heard that there was a policy that nothing. It should just that the executive, the cabinet, and everything should just be about Lagos or at the worst Southwest.
Because I have friends.
Which is retrogressive thinking.
I have friends who are from the eastern part of the country that are in the Lagos State Judiciary. The Ministry of Justice. I have friends.
No, those are professional areas. But
yeah. I also know of lawmakers. I think 2 of them are Jegule and one other.
Are they still there?
No.
Because I know there was Idimogo, I think from Oshodi.
There's a Labour Party this in the house now.
You know how the Labour Party won't happen now because Lagos was going for Labour Party for president. So a lot of people were just doing Labour Party, everything.
No, but again, you know that Labour Party too has been a fallback vehicle. But people didn't notice. You know when Fashola was to run for second term, when he was ending his first term, and there was this talk about they might not give him.
He wanted to run to Labour Party?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes, it was a fallback.
So Labour has always been fallback.
No, Labour from
because Labour produced governor in Ondo State now.
Produced Mimiko.
Yeah.
Produced Omar Agege.
Yeah.
You know, I had the senator. So the thing is that we need to go beyond this kind of parochialism in a place like.
But again, who watches NTA? Answer me first.
No, it is simply because the production value is not there.
Who watches NTA? It has become government propaganda machine.
Gen don't even know NTA.
Oh.
Most recently, I saw them on TikTok. In fact, their production value on TikTok is better than they see on television, on terrestrial.
Maybe because they have young people.
Yeah, with their iPhones.
Nepotism has killed all our institutions. Nepotism. Instead of them to bring young people, young minds. Yeah. And look, we used to think that President Tinubu, when he was governor, he could find anybody anywhere in the world. He had the commissioner who was from Igbo. And people said that, he's a master strategist. What happened now? So now, if rather than employ professionals.
In the last 3 years, the speed at which the world, from COVID till now, the speed at which the world was restarted. It's like we started
in 2020.
So between that time and now, with the advent of AI and the rest of that,
yes.
Do you know that your Google now works through AI?
Yes.
Do you know that Grok now, if you put your name in Grok,
it will tell me everything about myself.
Everything about yourself.
Not just that.
Including things you don't want anybody to know, you will read it.
Yes.
So somebody was saying that, can I sue Grok? I say, yeah, you can sue Grok to the extent that if there is a defamation,
yes,
you can sue Grok.
Grok that will apologize immediately.
Grok is a robot.
It will apologize if there is defamation.
No. You can. It's asking me whether can you sue. I say, yeah, you can sue the company that owns the robot. Yeah. Okay. That is if truly you were defamed. But if it turns out that what Grok brought out about you
is already online. No, but look, that information
it cannot form. It cannot
do you know?
create things.
You know what I've been telling people. You know what I've been telling people. Push your narratives on AI. I think one Nigerian publication has developed its own AI too. I didn't have time.
So if you push your narrative on AI, what happens?
Yeah, what is
if you want to find what you want.
Yeah, you know, not just what you want. Like what Barrister said, you have a chance at fair comment. Okay. You know, at your own side.
I get what you mean.
Reflected because
you're only finding the things that are there.
So push your narrative. You know, do your story, do your books.
Push it online.
You know, push them online so that it will. You know,
let us just tell President Tinubu about this case that look, you will kill all the institutions if you do not find the right people. That's all.
All right, so we will leave for a quick break, and when we return, Juror Emeka Madunagu will present his case titled "Entrepreneurs Without Wisdom." Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Middlemen. Through a land where self-inflicted wounds twist the tendrils of allegiance into knots of a servitude, traded for nothing more than a pittance, a morsel of bread. amidst the hunger of the soul. Then strides forth Emeka Madunagu, a linguistic maestro, armed with knowledge as dense as the forest, each word a carefully sharpened arrow aimed at the heart of injustice. He ventures onto this hallowed platform armed with solutions, a veritable panacea for the ail of his compatriots. Emeka unyielding locks eyes with the elite, unflinching in his resolve as he speaks truth to power with the fervor of a modern-day prophet. He advocates for a class suicide, a radical act of severance from the vines of greed that choke the very life of Nigeria, prescribing this sacrificial rite as the only balm for the nation's festering wounds. Now, we bear witness to Innocent Aduluba, a custodian of integrity, where honesty flows like a river untainted. His edges of sacred truth is fortified by the solid foundation of reason, delivering a symphony of clarity that
people, the elections are around the corner. Before you know it, it will be 2027. But before then, for you to partake in the election, you must have your voter's card. And for you to have your voter's card, you must register. INEC has rolled out the drums. We call this program Continuous Voters Registration. And it is for you to register. This is to do that if you want to vote. And it's important that you take part in the process of voting. Just go there, give them your name and your address. That's all. And of course, they will capture you, take your picture, and that's all. You are done. Within 5 minutes, you are done. And after that, when the time comes, they call it claims and objection time. That's when you look at it. They will paste all the results or the names of those that have registered all over the places. You will go to the place you register, check your name that is well spelled, and the information you've given them correct. And that's all. After some time again, they will tell you that your voter's card is ready. You go and pick it. That is all. Be a good Nigerian citizen. Partake in the process, because it's a duty imposed on you by Section 23 of the 1999 Constitution as a good citizen. And you will be better off by voting because you have your mind that, yes, you voted right. I'm Wale Ogunade, constitutional lawyer, human rights activist, and President, Voters Awareness Initiative. Thank you.
Thanks for still being there. My case. Entrepreneurs without wisdom. You find so many young Nigerian entrepreneurs brimming with fresh ideas. Everywhere you go, you can see the abundant talents in different spaces. Big ideas, big accomplishments, smart CVs, suave guys and babes, sharp three-piece suits, shiny automobiles. But it's appalling that many appear to be into entrepreneurship for the optics. No long-term sustainability plans, nothing solid as a backup, just sound and fury. Hey, in the last 1 year, over $200 million has been lost to the failures of startups. After raising funds, they suddenly bottomed out due to a number of issues. They include a lack of proper planning, macroeconomic issues, funding delays and insufficiency, hostile investors, name it. Okra, a fintech startup, raised $16.5 million but returned $4.55 million to investors and shut down due to regulatory delays, macroeconomic instability, and severe funding drought. Others across fintech to education, health, hospitality, media, etc. include Pivo, LaserPay, The Peer, Bundle Africa, Zazu, Juvelin, Edukoya, 54 Gene, Chop Now, Okada Books, and they all slipped away quietly. Remember Heritage Bank too? There are many others yet undocumented. This case was prompted by an online feud between a hardworking young lady who is into agro storage and logistics and an investor from whom she got 20 million naira. From the farmer's narration, she apparently didn't conduct due diligence or involve professionals before accepting the money in 2 tranches. As time went on, she alleged that the investor tried to take over her business. No formal agreement specifying terms and conditions, the story seemed to say. They've now been to the police and are now in court. The case has also landed on social media with the startup owner and the investor releasing receipts of their transactions. Tons of comments continue to pour in as either side, try to keep their own side of the business. My verdict: in whatever you do as an entrepreneur, take note that you need sound advice and support from professionals, lawyers, accountants, auditors, tax consultants, business development advisors. You also need street wisdom to navigate the turbulent and unpredictable Nigerian business environment. Before you collect funds from anyone, do your due diligence. Nobody will invest in a struggling venture. It's when the soup is getting done that plates and cutlery start rolling out. Like the Holy Bible says in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding.
Juror Evans just last week was advising us that every graduate has to go and do MBA, Masters in Business Administration. So that advice just comes to bear in your case this week. But then again, who is teaching the Nigerian graduates this sense that you are put into this your short case? Because after going through our moribund, obsolete curricula, is it curriculum or curricula?
I don't know.
You graduate and then start swimming the tide in the ocean of difficult business terrain. Vice President Oshibajo had this thing under him because they said he was in charge of the economy. They said ease of doing business, where he put Dr. Jumoke Alawode-James. Yes. She's now Minister of
Trade, Industrial Investment.
God will bless you. And we see her, here and there, but we're not seeing her impact.
Your BSc is not sufficient to run a business in Nigeria.
My master's is not sufficient, sir.
Yeah. So because you know why?
And I have two masters.
The work environment is so strenuous. You need an advanced degree to be able to think through power only.
I say I have two masters.
How will you sustain business just managing power? You need another degree to manage. How will you sustain manpower, human resources.
Taxation, unko.
So by the time you go, this young boy, Lagos State government asks you to come and pay 36 million naira.
Pella.
You open my say,
ignorance. What did you call it? Entrepreneurs without wisdom.
So
he lacks wisdom.
He is a serial entrepreneur, even though he does not know.
He doesn't know.
The serial entrepreneur does not know.
Ignorance.
So people like that, they need a lot of persons around them.
I have a friend who read accounting, and he says that he set up a small accounting firm for small and middle-sized businesses. Yes. You cannot just go and think that you can do it all alone. It's impossible.
But you know the FIRS gave my company a bill last year of 29 million naira.
My own. They call
me because I have an
audit
company income tax. But because I have an auditor who is a tax consultant, he was able to go and meet them and sort it out. So that was what I was showing. You don't even know. That means on your team,
you don't have a tax. You don't have a tax consultant.
You don't have an auditor.
No, you don't have anything.
It's just to collect dollars and
so the tax man will be after you.
No, of course you think that you are just online doing your own live streaming and just collecting your money into your account and you are okay. You don't know that even diasporans who are coming into Nigeria for 30 December, federal government is already thinking of taxing them.
By January.
Talk less of you who is domiciled in Nigeria. Entrepreneur without wisdom.
Because Americans will tax you to everything. So other countries now adopting that tax model.
Do you know how many taxes Nigeria has?
You understand? No, our tax is not even that much.
Oh God.
Our tax is not even that much.
No, with their money, they are consolidating them.
I know.
You will insure your property.
I know the taxes.
They are consolidating them.
I know the taxes. It's my job. When you compare it to America or the United Kingdom,
okay, don't compare.
We are not really paying. In the United Kingdom, they will tell you two things are permanent: life and tax. They classify tax with human life.
Don't compare.
So we are still starting, and you know that no country can actually become very developed by just mineral resources and the rest of that. You need that tax. It's very important. But when you tax people, ensure that the infrastructure is working. Because the reason the UK have the best transport system in the world, like practically you don't need a car in the UK. You don't need it for anything. You walk from your house to the train station, you take the train to anywhere you're going to. And it's cool. You don't need to be paying insurance and the rest of that. Same applies to some part of the US, not all, New York and the rest of that. So we are in a system where business people most time in this country do what they call subsistent business arrangement, wherein it's about being able to pay rent, pay school fees, and then business is supposed to be more than that. We've seen businesses that have
Can I quickly disagree with
200 years, 300 years. How many Nigerian business do we have? Apart from Alabuku, that have lasted for 100 years.
I think that
let me let you go before I disagree with you.
I think that for entrepreneurs, it's very important that we let them understand why it is important to go back to the basics. Right, the Igbo entrepreneurship system is a very textbook example of how you can start a business from nothing, literally nothing, and see yourself grow up. Now, there are 4 stages in business fundraising: bootstrapping, pre-seed funding, seed funding, and Series A. Right? Now, there are lots of entrepreneurs today who do not understand the rudiments of raising businesses. Rather than have themselves stay put in bootstrapping continuously, maybe for years, before they now move to pre-seed funding. Bootstrapping is just collecting money from your family members and whatever it is, and see your business grow to a particular level before you start your pre-seed funding. But what we have today are Gen Z entrepreneurs who are so glean on looking at what their counterparts are doing in the United States.
Yes.
So once they start a business, they don't do bootstrapping. They move straight to pre-seed funding.
And they sell it.
And they go and they speak all the English, do their pitch deck, do their 60-minute speech or whatever it
then
is.
They sell the company.
You know, they are good English most of the time, right? Will make the investors say, oh wow, this is good business. And IT most of the time, people do not look at the traction and say, okay, because IT, they live in a bubble. It's always believed that the business will grow, it will grow. Yeah. And most of these entrepreneurs come with this IT, ideas. And that is how the investors come in. Most times the investors get burnt, which equally affects the business at the end of the day. So I think that it's important that we go back to the basics, understand the importance of bootstrapping, do it, remain there, then allow yourself to grow organically.
2 things quickly. One, I want to quickly disagree with Juror Evans, where he said, young people doing business in Nigeria. Number one, when the government itself is not helping, the policies are not helping, just even give us 24 hours power and see what young people can do. Secondly, when government is so detached from the people, right, and there's that government is there so that we help ourselves. Government is about the people. We form government so that we can empower ourselves. I cannot build a school, I cannot build a hospital. We come together, put our taxes together and build infrastructure. A country like Nigeria that has at least 4 natural resources under barely each state, just times it by 35 or 36, whichever you want. There is no state in Nigeria without one kind of resource. You cannot compare us to countries that do not have any, that depend on taxation for them to be able to form governments. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's either government is tapping all our resources and ensuring that they give us the infrastructure that we need, or they allow the people, each state, tap all our resources, and we are then paying taxes to the federal government because we are tapped. So we cannot have gold that is being mined illegally in one state. Then you have crude oil that the government is mining in another state, and then all of us are asking that federal government to say, come and provide infrastructure. Young people who are, if we use that one boy business model, where if my father is into macroeconomics or is a goldsmith, just using those 2 different examples, I'm trained in that family trade, and we then mine whatever it is that we have, be it gold, lithium, uranium, whatever it is that you have in your own area, in your father's land, you mine it, you sell it, export and whatever, and then pay tax to the government, or if federal government says all land belongs to government, they come to do the mining, and then they build school, build road, build everything, and even pay you welfare that we are taking your resources, this is your own portion. Every month we'll be giving you 100,000 to 200,000. That's how government ought to work. But you cannot say that federal government is too lazy to tap all of our resources. We are only focusing on crude oil. Then the young entrepreneur who you have not also properly educated, because our educational system has gone down the drain, you are now expecting him to know what to do.
No, see.
And then say taxation is the only way. No, it's not true.
Okay, you know what the one boy, the Nigerian entrepreneur should endeavor to do. Because this same one boy model, which has succeeded a lot in raising a lot of people, also have failed in several ways.
True.
Yes. It has failed in creating transgenerational wealth. It is the like of God is good and young shall grow, and that are trying to take it to hit the transgenerational level.
Yes. Second generation.
Yeah, because none of the one boy business has lasted for 100 years.
True.
Now, let's go and look for who are the people marketing and distributing Alabuku. I saw Alabuku in the UK. You understand?
Value.
Now, hold on. You see because that business model has been there for over 100 years.
Value.
I think it was 1925.
Value.
Now, I'm not saying.
Just sell value.
Let the Nigerian entrepreneurs, somebody can assemble them in a hub. Let's go and look for Jimovia. Look for that person or the person who developed the marketing strategy for Alabuku. What do you call it? All this
St. Louis sugar.
And yes, St. Louis or King biscuit.
It's still in the market.
It's still in Ibadan.
You know.
It's still in Ibadan.
NASCO is this?
It's still in Ibadan.
NASCO is there now. They are in the north.
So these people who develop this model, the current entrepreneurs must learn from them.
No, so it is because about that. You know, I say all the time that the worst thing you can do to a bad product is to market it. It's about having value. Once something is valuable,
there are people that are not seen.
No, people will market.
That's one level.
People will market what is valuable.
Value is one level.
Marketing is the second level.
Another level is visibility.
Visibility, that is
so to
true.
Break. Can you sit down? You just notice that you have a product like this. Let's use.
There's also management. So
let's use
the thing may have value, and then there's mismanagement of the company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This area detergent. Now, I went to the UK. I saw area. I went to America. I saw area. I went to South Africa. I saw area.
They are from UAE now. Is it not Unilever that
Do
does this area? Yeah. It's Unilever. It's an international company.
That kind of model. You see, because the truth is that
Nigeria is happening to Nigerian companies. Their vans are begging.
But people are still breaking the. There was one that created the platform.
Don't use banking. Don't use banking. Banking. Excuse me. Unlike First Bank, what was First Bank's old name? Unlike them, that they were using the money that you deposit to them. They will use it for farming and things like that, and then they give you profit. My money has been in Zenith Bank for 100 years. There's no profit on it. You know why? Because their own is just to be charged. Banking is easy money.
So put your money in a money market.
I started carrying, even me, I don't need money there again. If you go to my account, it's always €0 now.
Put it in a money market.
Oh, when there's a piggy vest and cowrie wise, why?
No, Zenith is also good.
I hear you.
And that's where we'll leave it today. Join the conversation across our social media pages at Enterprise TV 7. This is the Middlemen. See you again, same time, same place. Goodbye.
Middleman.
People, the elections are around the corner. Before you know it, it will be 2027. But before then, for you to partake in the election, you must have your voter's card. And for you to have your voter's card, you must register. INEC has rolled out the drums. We call this program Continuous Voters Registration. And it is for you to register. This is to do that if you want to vote. And it's important that you take part in the process of voting. Just go there, give them your name, and your address. That's all. And of course, they will capture you, take your picture, and that's all. You are done. Within 5 minutes, you are done. And after that, when the time comes, they call it claims and objection time. That's when you look at it. They will paste all the results or the names of those that have registered all over the places. You will go to the place you register, check your name that is well spelled, and the information you've given them correct. And that's all. After some time again, they will tell you that your voter's card is ready. You go and pick it. That is all. Be a good Nigerian citizen. Partake in the process, because it's a duty imposed on you by Section 23 of the 1999 Constitution as a good citizen. And you will be better off by voting, because you have your mind that, yes, you voted right. I'm Wale Ogunade, constitutional lawyer, human rights activist, and president, Voters Awareness Initiative. Thank you.